Hi, everyone, and welcome to our weekly webinar today, Monday, the 22nd. I just want to say hi to everyone, and I want to just ask you how was last week? Did y'all make the call to action? Did y'all make the list? Just let us know in the chat if you made that list of possible customers, people that could have oil-prone skin or breakouts. Do you reach out to them? Do you talk about the two new products that we have? I mean, I have been talking to people and they have ordered it, and I mean, they're just like waiting for the order and try all of those products out. So just let us know in the chat if you have already done that. And also make sure to have your pencil, paper, somewhere to write down everything that we're going to learn today. And I want to introduce you to Angela Rodriguez, who has prepared this amazing presentation for us. And we're going to be talking more about our guides that we have on that we have on our app and also on our virtual office. So hi, Angela, welcome.
Thank you, Cynthia. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday, January 22nd already. So this month is flying by. Today for our product spotlight, we're going to talk about more like muscle pain. So this is great for your customers who have like neck and back aches and tension and things like that, and how to combine some of our top products to help with that. Then we will talk about some pain and movement resources, like the newer abbreviated guides that we have available. And like Cynthia said, other resources that are available in our app. We'll keep working on prospecting. So we're going to be talking about contacting people in what's known as like cold calling, right? So how do we stay active and keep contacting new people? For our sales project, we're going to give you some ideas for how to prospect with our new products that just came out, the White Willow skincare. And then for our tech tip, your tech tip is going to be kind of just like a review of last week and homework to try it out and make sure that you know how that all works for making before and after pictures in Canva. So this week we are focusing on our kind of like our pain away set, right? So this is like our pain away products. These are part of the healthy lifestyle set, that new set that is available, that's on special this month. And 3 of those products that are available in that set that are great for people who are getting started with use are BodyBalm, Juniper Cream, and 31Herbal oil. So a lot of you might have conversations with people who have this really common need, that is they carry their tension and tightness and soreness in their neck and upper back, especially since so many of us work in remote or office-like environments where we're on a computer. Our posture can suffer when we are working on a computer. Our ergonomic setup is not always great, but we tend to store a lot of tension just because of those movements. So we want to make sure that everyone knows what these products are and how to put them to use. So again, these are part of the new healthy lifestyle set. These are all full size in that set. And just think of how many people do you know that have talked to you about having sore muscles, who have back pain, tension in their shoulders and neck, that are looking for more pre and post workout care options, etc. Those are your people that you're going to have these conversations with and try to target on social media as well in your outreach. So those 3 products that we're going to really promote with this audience is BodyBalm, Juniper Cream, and 31Herbal oil. And this is like a magical trio that really, really helps loosen that tension that builds up and causes sore muscles. So when we want to apply this, it's really simple. You want to apply some BodyBalm. I misplaced mine today, so I was looking all over for it. I don't know where I left it. My kids keep bumping their heads and legs, and I'm sure I left it somewhere random. So anyways, you will apply BodyBalm. This is my imaginary BodyBalm, and you will rub vigorously with that BodyBalm to activate circulation. So this is refreshing for our muscles. It helps kind of give us that like awakening feeling, but it also is going to stimulate circulation, which is going to help our other products absorb better and get to work even faster. And then we follow that up with about a teaspoon worth of Juniper Cream, and we add, and I can show you that here. So I have my Juniper Cream. We take about a teaspoon, which is about that much. We add to that approximately 2 drops of 31Herbal oil. This is my first use product. I love it so much. I use it all the time. So we rub those together. and then we massage the sore area. So for a lot of people, like I said, it'll probably be back and neck. But this is a great thing for your customers to have on their desk in their workspace, to use it a couple times a day to reduce that tension in those muscles. But it's also great to have in a gym bag, and in other places throughout the house where you tend to have to deal with those aches and pains. So it's a really effective trio that does wonders for sore muscles, kind of like that natural relaxation, those natural muscle relaxant properties from the Juniper cream are amplified when we add that 31 herbal oil to it. So, and just a quick tip for that as well, if you then apply a hot towel to the area on top of your products, you can also increase product absorption and reduce inflammation even more. So if this is a big need, those are some really simple ways to demonstrate those products for your customers. Now, for our business tools, we wanted to show you where can you get more information about pain management, better movement, etc., to help meet these needs for your customers, especially if you're new or just not familiar with this topic, you will know where to start. I'm just making sure I didn't freeze. What's going on? Can you see me okay?
Yeah, I can see you, but the screen is on business tools.
Yes, that's where we want to be. But
Yeah.
I froze up in the camera for some reason. Not
Oh, no,
sure why.
you're not frozen.
Okay, good. So maybe just on my end. Okay, good. I was like, oh man, I'm going to be talking to myself here. Okay, good. So we're in business. This is where we want to be. So we are going to share materials to talk about this topic. So a few different places where you can find this are in your virtual office and in your consultant app. One of the most effective tools, especially for new consultants, is going to be the new wellness event guide for muscle and joint care. So remember, if you're going into virtual office, you will go into spas, spa tools, and then open up that under the new wellness event guides. This has a whole list of products that you'll need for your demonstration and takes you through step by step what to say, how to demonstrate them with your customers. And it's really helpful for virtual and in-person events. Also, we have our customer quiz. I feel like my bar keeps coming up here. Cynthia, can you see like my computer, like my web taskbar at the bottom, or is it still sharing okay for you?
It's just sharing the presentation.
Just the president. Okay, perfect. So just on my side, like that keeps popping up. So, okay, good. So for another thing that you can do to get this conversation started with your customers or your prospective customers is sharing the customer quizzes on these different topics. So we have a customer quiz on muscle and joint care. That's just kind of like a survey to help start that conversation of what kinds of needs do people have in terms of this topic. And what I really like about these is they're very like self-explanatory. So the person will just basically like mark any of these questions that apply to them. And then on the other side of this customer quiz, it says, if you selected one or more questions from 1 through 4, number 1 through 4, check out this product. Right? If you selected one or more questions from 5 and 6, check out Comfrey Creamy Gel. If you selected one or more questions from 7 to 10, check out Arnica Creamy Gel, etc. And it explains how BodyBalm and 31 Herbal Oil will increase these effects as well. So it's very much like something that you can send out to customers, get their feedback, but they're also getting the information right from this document. And you can take screenshots of it and send it. It's super simple. So that is if you're in virtual office, you will go to spas and spa tools, and you will find the muscle and joint care customer quiz. Okay. Also, if you're in your app, you can find all of these materials there as well. So if you go into your resources tab in your consultant app, there's a virtual spa materials folder. And here you can find the wellness event guides. These are called wellness event guide. That's the newest version of this folder. And you can go ahead and open the topic there and have a full script of everything you will need to know to explain these products to someone else. And just click open, and then you can share it, download it, print it, etc. And then we already showed you from your desktop in the spa in virtual office, you can go to the spas tab and find your resources there. So we have the wellness event guide and spas. You have the one for muscle and joint care, and you can also find the muscle and joint care customer test. Okay. In the app, you can find those tests as well. If you go to the virtual spa materials, you'll be able to find the quizzes that way as well, or just by typing it in the search bar. One other thing we wanted to show you is that when you are talking about products, like you're working on muscle pain and you want to highlight 31 herbal oil, you want to highlight Juniper cream, etc., it's a great idea to highlight and do some storytelling and some customer testimonials on individual products as well, because people need to hear the messaging about what you're offering, 7 to 8 times a lot of times. So by doing some product highlights, that can be really helpful in these topics as well. So if you go into resources into your products folder, you will see, I know that Cynthia's done a lot of work getting all these resources organized here in these folders. There's a whole folder dedicated, for example, to 31 herbal oil or to Juniper cream. And when you open up that folder, you see an organized folder of materials that you can use to talk about this product. So you will see things like the reels that you can post to reels or stories that tell about the product. You can also open the product manual. Now, just be careful with these because we do have product manuals available like on our personal website, right? Where you can like download them and share them with your customers. In these product manuals that you'll find in the consultant app, sometimes they're meant for consultants. So you'll see on these documents, sometimes it says like opening questions, things like that. So just know that this is these are materials that are more for your reference, and you can modify them and take information from them when you're sharing them with your customers, okay? And then lastly too, you'll find images and things like that too, these great lifestyle images that I like to post if I'm going to tell a story. Like, for example, 31 herbal oil was the product that I first tried from Muse that got me hooked, that made me fall in love. So that's a story that I tell a lot. And I just want like a nice lifestyle type image to go along with that story. This is exactly what I need, right? It saves me time. I don't have to go set up a scene and lighting and take my own pictures all the time. So this is a really good resource for sharing about those products and highlighting them in multiple different ways. Okay, so any questions about that, how to access those resources? Make sure you're checking out those new wellness event guides. They're nice and short and sweet and to the point. Make sure you are checking out your quizzes that are available to get customers talking about their needs, and also all these other things in the product folder that are going to help you just keep sharing the word in different ways, okay? And all of those are available in Virtual Office if you're on a desktop, but also in your consultant app. Okay, so as we have talked about, we are doing a lot of prospecting tips to help you keep reaching out to new people in terms of joining your team or trying the products for the first time. So today we're talking about contacting new prospects with confidence, right? Which is probably one of the hardest things that we do, right? So remember, when we're talking about prospecting in general, it's just the set of marketing and sales strategies that we are using to make it possible to acquire new potential customers or prospects through conversations with them where we're presenting products or services that are of interest to them, and we're encouraging them to buy from our company, right? Or from our business. So we've talked about mindset and how this is really important in order to be a successful prospector. We have to have optimism and enthusiasm. We have to be a little competitive. We have to be confident, relentless, thirsty for knowledge, always growing and learning something new, systematic and efficient. We have our habits, our schedule is set. We have our alarm set on our phone. Our calendar is programmed for when we're using our time in different ways for our used business. And we are adaptable and flexible. So situations come up that we didn't plan, we can adapt and still make it work. New technology, new algorithms, new social media tactics, etc., come out. We learn about them, we adapt, we adopt them, we become adept at them. We are practicing them, right, as we need to until we are pros at them. So one of these key tactics is being confident, right? Being confident. And that's what we're going to focus on the most when we talk about reaching out to new prospects. So a lot of times, if we are just sitting around waiting for people to come to us, it's not always going to be enough, right? There is like attraction marketing, things like that, where we're trying to reach people that already have these needs in mind and they will hopefully contact us back. But we also have to be actively, proactively reaching out to people who haven't taken that step to contact us yet, right? So a lot of times we get stuck in this step of, okay, do I call or do I not call? Like, just imagine how you feel like if you were going to pick up your phone and just call someone that might be interested in you, and we kind of like shrivel up and get nervous about it, right? We get kind of nervous and we say, oh, but what if they're like washing dishes and I'm interrupting them and they get crabby about it? Or what if they're at work and I have to leave a voicemail? What if they don't call me back? Like, our brain gets into that what if mode, and it can really make us nervous. So this is where we have to practice our confidence, know why we are doing this, and keep that perspective of why are we reaching out to people? Well, we want to be able to find their needs and help them with them, right? So really, when I need more people to participate in my business, to buy from my business, to join my team, etc., I need to make those calls, send those messages, reach out to new people. There is no magic effortless pill where I just get to like post some fun things and sit back and wait, right? Every salesperson has to put in the time to attract prospects and connect with them. That might look like phone calls. That might look like messages. It might look like emails or social media content that reaches those needs that we're looking for, or our target audience that we're looking for. It could be going to vendor events, community events, bazaars, etc., wellness events, etc. And it might be even knocking on doors. So these are different things that different salespeople use to reach new people. And they all have to do with kind of interrupting that person's day and reaching them and starting a conversation with them, which again, we need a lot of confidence for, and we really need to know why we're doing these things. And just know that like one of the biggest fears that people have is like, oh, I'm going to reach them at the wrong moment. I don't know if they're at work right now. I don't know if they're driving. I don't know if they're washing dishes. What if I'm going to interrupt them? Interrupting is fundamental. It is essential if you're going to achieve your sales goals. You have to be interrupting what people are already doing in order to reach your sales goals. And what that looks like is usually cold calling, or maybe warm calling. It's like where you're just reaching out to people that you're not currently in a sales conversation with, right? It's not telemarketing. It doesn't have to be cringy. It just means that, okay, this person is not right now in a conversation with me about use. I'm going to start that conversation. Okay. So it can feel strange or awkward at first, but it's really important that you realize that it's just human nature to fear that rejection. Like when we are contacting people about things, some people are going to say no, and that's okay. Like a lot of times, statistically, you're probably going to get 20 no's and a yes. Yes. Sometimes you'll get 25 no's and 3 yeses, right? Like it kind of depends, but that's kind of like the general statistics of how this goes. It might not be the right moment for everyone, but you might also be planting the seed where they do contact you later. Okay. Many of us look for excuses to avoid it because of the awkwardness that we can feel. But it's really important that you find your own confident style to do this, to reach out to people in your own way that you feel comfortable with, that is going to start these sales conversations with people. So what we want to do is just give you some ideas today of how to make this happen. Go ahead and tell us in the chat too, just do a little quick reflection. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you don't like contacting new prospects at all, 10 being you love doing it, about where do you fall on that scale at this current moment in your business? Because for a lot of us, this is kind of like a scary part, but it's super important. Yeah. So right now, kind of how do you tend to feel about contacting new prospects for your business? Go ahead and add that in the chat, and then we will continue talking about how to make this happen, right? So, and just remember, like if you need to give yourself a pep talk before you do this, you have to stop seeking the easy way out. You have to stop just sitting back and hoping that things are going to magically happen for you, and start interrupting and engaging with people. And interrupting does not mean that it's rude. It means that people are going on with their daily life. You're finding your work times. You're trying to use peak work times where you are just trying to contact them and start these conversations, always with the mindset of you are being helpful, you are interested in their lives, you want to see if you can help them out with something that's going to make their daily routine, their daily life that much easier for them. Okay, so I see we have some responses in the chat. And we're kind of in the middle ground. We're kind of like we're in the lower half for the most part of like, oh, I can do it, but I don't really like it, right? So we're going to get better at this. And Gabby and I and Cesar and Cynthia are working on what are these skills that we need to build up so that we have the confidence to have these conversations, okay? So today we wanted to just talk to you a little bit about how can you do this example of prospecting with something simple, like by offering the new White Willow skincare products, right? So the new skincare products for oily and acne-prone skin, how can you start some conversations about that with different people? And one really easy strategy that will help build your confidence and help you feel more prepared is if you use the sandwich technique. Let us know in the chat if you have heard of this before. So the sandwich technique is a way to send out a sales message in a very humanistic way that connects well with people and can help you start an authentic conversation with someone. So it's a marketing strategy that involves kind of sandwiching your sales message between a hook and a call to action. So it goes hook, sales information, call to action, let's get rolling, let's do something with this. So a hook is like you're engaging the personal side of your relationship with this person. Sometimes it's you don't have a relationship with this person yet and you're working on building that. So your hook should be something that's really about being positive, being excited, and showing a genuine effort to connect with the person that you're starting this conversation with. So it should really emanate connection, positivity, friendliness, etc. Yes. So this is where I'm usually doing my small talk. I'm asking about how things are going in their lives. Oh, I saw your post about whatever thing that was on social media. How did that go? Oh my gosh, I can't believe how big the boys are getting, right? Like these are things that we do in human conversation, especially with people that we already know. But it might also be someone that liked your social media or commented on your social media, and you bring that up to show them that you were listening and that you care about what they had to say. Okay. So hook to connect. Yes. Then we have our sales message, which is the center of the sandwich. And that is like our sales message with features of the product, benefits of the product, what needs is it going to provide a solution for. Be clear and concise. Don't get, too crazy with that section. It should be just like what you think they need to know to decide whether or not they're interested. And then a call to action. Conclude your message with, again, more positivity. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for your time. And then a specific action. So if you know someone who is interested in this, let me know. If you want it for yourself, let me know, and I'll get you some things to demonstrate or try out, etc. Something where they take a next step, they respond. You're asking a question usually at the end so that they know that they should respond with an answer. And this little sandwich is really easy to set up. And just makes our sales messaging not too pushy. It makes it focused on connection and keeps it positive. So we're going to give you an example of what this could look like. Gabby Montalban gave us a great example of what she does when she has been prospecting with these new products, and I transferred it into English for us here. So at the beginning, notice like our hook would be something like, hi, I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. I would add in more personal details based on the person, like, oh, I saw your post about whatever. How did this go? Asking things as much as you know about them, ask about them. I just wanted to pop in to let you know about our amazing new skincare products from Used, the White Willow Cleansing Gel, and I put tonic for oil and acne prone skin. They are specially, and then here's where we get the sales message. Yes. So they are specially formulated to gently balance oil prone skin types or oily and acne prone skin types with white willow extract, tea tree, witch hazel. The set offers natural ingredients to care for these skin types. They're expertly designed for all ages. They work in perfect harmony to help rediscover your best skin. Plus they are 30% off right now through 129, right? It's a great fit for you if you have, and then here are our customer needs: open or enlarged pores, acne breakouts, red irritated skin from breakouts, hormonal changes that affects our skin's oil production, acne on your face, neck, chest, or back, bumpy skin due to acne, whiteheads, or blackheads, a need for complementary products to use with other suggestions from your dermatologist. And then here I have call to action. Yeah. So try it for yourself, or let me know if you know someone who would benefit from this new line. Any referrals are greatly appreciated. So I'm telling them, like, head to my website, right? Head to my website and order it for yourself. Or tell me, hey, I think so and so would really appreciate this, so that I'm getting those referrals in the meantime. And then again, I'm ending with connection and positivity. Have a great day. Hope to hear from you soon. Let's grab coffee next week, that sort of thing, right? So notice how this format will work well for colder calls or colder prospecting with people who maybe have followed your social media, things like that. But it's especially, you have more opportunity to connect with people who are already part of your network in some way, shape, or form. And you can really start kind of putting the message out there and see who is interested. Yes. And again, not everyone's going to say, yes, I want to buy one right now, but it's going to start kind of building their knowledge of use no matter what. And you are going to get some yeses from people who have these needs, because I mean, especially if you have friends with like adolescents in their home, or if you have people who are going through other hormonal changes that are affecting their skin, they're going to be all over this. So either way, just think of it as either I'm sharing helpful information with people, or I'm sharing something that they really need in their life right now, and all of that is okay. All right. You might also just want to take a screenshot of this while I have it up. And Cynthia, if you have a chance, maybe we could copy this out of the slides and post it in the chat. If you have a chance in the background, that would be
Yes, I'll do
great.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. I was going to do that and I forgot to copy it earlier. Okay. So we'll get you some basic wording. You can try to make it your own, but that way you'll at least have a head start for your own messages if you haven't created something like this already. Okay. All right. So as I said, our tech tips are for just making those before and after images with Canva. So this is really important when especially when we're talking about skincare or any other visible results. Those before and after pictures are really powerful for building confidence in our brand, getting people like, oh yeah, I can see that this works. It's not just like, Angie telling me how great it is. Like the people like having that solid proof in front of them. So making those before and after images with Canva is just particularly important. Can you let me know in the chat? Does anyone have questions about that process that we showed last week for how to create before and after images with Canva? Go ahead and let me know in the chat. I'll wait just a moment. And then I can, okay, those are all coming from Cynthia. So I can help kind of go through that process one more time if anyone would like. So let me know in the chat, go through it one more time. Let me know in the chat a specific question about one of the steps. We said grab before and after picture of some kind of used routine. We said add those to a template for for before and after pictures that already exist in Canvas or in Canva. We said add a picture of the products that you're using in that routine to the image. You can remove the background on those as well. Go ahead and let me know in the chat if you'd like me to go through that process one more time, or if you're feeling confident and ready to go. I think I'm checking our participant list, and I think a lot of you were the same. I think this is our same group that was here last week, but would anyone like to see that process one more time? Otherwise, we're just going to leave it as homework to go into Canva, search your templates for before and after pictures. Okay, go through it one more time.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so let's do it. I only have one screen up today, so it's going to be a little bit of weirdness here, but I'll get it set and ready to go. I think my presentation's just kind of stuck. Okay, there we go. All right, so I will need to reshare, I believe, or can you still see my window?
No, we can't see the window.
You can't see the window. Let me reshare. Okay. So I'll go through the whole process one more time. Try to get my annotating tools, doing what I want to. They changed them on me, and so I feel like I keep clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, there's my little red dot. So I'm going to go in first to Canva. If you have a desktop or your Canva app nearby, go ahead and follow along with me. Any other questions? Okay, any other specific questions, go ahead and pop them in the chat, but I'll just go through kind of the basics. So when I am in Canva, I am signed in. This is just my free account, which gives me plenty of materials to work with. But I am going to click on templates, and that will take me to the whole page of templates. And then up on the top, there's a search bar. And this is where I'm going to put in my search terms, which would be before and after pictures or pics. Either way, it tends to get you a lot of results. Before and after pictures. And you will notice that there's already a whole bunch of templates set up that makes setting these up super simple. If you are on a free account, you might want to go into this section that says all filters. If you can see it like on these little drop downs up here, I click on all filters and I go down and I click on free so that it takes out all the paid options. I click apply and voila, it takes off all the paid options. I'm left with just the free one. So I really like to do that because I don't pay for an account. And then I'm just going to look through, okay, what matches kind of the style I tend to use for my page or for my social media. And I'm going to choose one and click on it, okay? And then I go to customize this template and it is ready for me to edit, yes? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look here, where these pictures are existing right now, those are usually photo frames. Those are really nice because I'm going to take my own before and after pictures and I'm going to come into Canva and I'm going to upload them. So my toolbar's in the way. Okay, so this new Zoom toolbar has not been my favorite. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to my left hand toolbar and I'm going to go to uploads and I'm going to upload files and I'm going to select my pictures. If they're on your phone, you can do this process from your Canva app and get them from your phone into your Canva app. They will show up in both places. Okay, they'll show up on your desktop version of it and in your app. That's what I love about Canva, is that the two communicate really well. So you'll notice I was talking about cracked fingers because I live in a cold climate and my fingers get cracked really easily. So I've already had these uploaded into my Canva account. These are in uploads, okay? And they'll just save in there in my account. Now all I have to do is click on it and drag it over into my workspace and it's going to pop right in. You see that? It's going to pop right into this little space where that other picture was, and it's done. If I want to adjust where it's situated, I can double click it. Maybe. And then I can move that over and adjust how it's centered, click off, and it's ready to go. So I haven't changed the shape. I haven't changed the format. It's a photo frame. I've just had to drag my photo into it and it resizes and it's ready to go. And then my after picture was this one. I'm going to do the same thing. I've uploaded it. I'm going to drag it and there it is. Again, I can zoom in on this if I want to. I have all kinds of options over here. Let me zoom in and then resize it. I might have to redrag it into my photo frame. Oh, what did I do now? I think I resized my photo frame. All right, that's why we have the behind or the back button, right? I wonder why it's not letting me resize it easily. Usually by double clicking, you get your options and you can change it up. Maybe they've changed it. Here, crop, zoom in. Anyways, we can play around with that later. But so all I had to do is drag my photos into those photo frames and they're good to go. Notice it already says before and after. The only thing I would recommend adding to this format would be a picture of the products that we used for this routine. So in order to do that, I will go to my used website and I will get some product images from it. So like, let's say this was care and repair. I can't remember if Care and Repair is on this main site or if I have to go to shop because it's a newer product. Okay, so I'm going to go in and find an image of Care and Repair oil. I think I put and instead of ampersand. Okay, so Care and Repair. Okay, so here's my Care and Repair oil. I'm going to click on the image I'm going to click on it again to get the biggest version of it that I can. Click on it again, maybe it's not working, or you can open it in a new tab and that will also make it the larger form of it. Okay, so we don't want the little thumbnail forms of it. We want the biggest one that we can. And you can save this to your downloads or your images. So care and repair. Okay. So I have that product, that picture ready to go. Now notice that if I were to, I'm going to just copy and paste this here. If I were to just plop this into my template, it would have this white box around it, and that doesn't look very nice, right? That works sometimes if you have like a white background, but what I'm going to do is remove the background. So what we did is we go to another tab, get like 5 tabs open in this process, but we can handle that, right? You go to remove.bg/upload. And this is a great free website, super easy to use, that will remove the background of the image for you for free. Really easy. All I need to do is go to upload image, choose that picture that I saved from my website, Care and Repair, and it even does the magic twinkle, da 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 da, and it removes the background. So here I can just right click and copy it, go over to Canva and paste it. Ta-da! It doesn't have a background anymore. So now I can adjust this to wherever it fits best in my format. I can resize it. I can cut out some of this extra space if I want to. I don't really have a good spot for this, but maybe right there. And now I have a product image that goes with the routine that I was promoting in this before and after picture. Does that make sense? Any questions about how to do that process? Let's see. Oh, I see a question in the chat. Do you find it easier to use Canva on a computer versus cell phone? So I use my Canva app quite a bit to like upload photos because I find that I take my photos on my phone. So I use my Canva app mostly to upload the pictures that I'm going to use. If it's something that I'm like personally taking. And then I tend to like to use my desktop version better for moving things around because my fingers are just not very delicate. And when I really want to work on like spacing something just right, sometimes it just takes a little bit more work. So anything else? And I see too, where can I find today's recording? So if you go to our YouTube channel, it will be Training Youth USA. I believe I have the name of that right. Go to YouTube and you will be able to find all of our replays. Cynthia usually has them up within a day or two on the channel. So, and it's nice, yes, because if you can watch the replay and pause and go one step at a time, that will help a lot to feel confident for the next time you do this. But the templates make it really easy, and that Remove BG website makes it much easier. Otherwise, you need like a paid Canva account to do that, etc. So I'm trying to give you all free resources for those of you who are going to be working on this. Okay, any other questions? Thank you, Cynthia, for your help in the chat. Okay. So my screen is still sharing. We should be good to go there. Okay, so any other questions or any troubleshooting that you have, feel free to message me within Facebook. Those of you who are in the Facebook consultant community, just look for Angela Rodriguez, or I think I'm as Angie Rodriguez, and I'm happy to walk you through things as well. Okay, so our call to action for this week for all you wonderful people who are joining us live and catching the replay, please create a list of existing and new or cold prospective contacts. Make a list who have contacted you from your TikTok or social media accounts but haven't purchased yet. Who are people who have purchased in the past but maybe haven't bought for a while? Who are people who are you not currently talking to about use that you could start a conversation up with in this next week? Contact them and or invite them to your skincare demos that you're doing this month. And focus on selling 3 skincare routines this week. We're focusing on the new products to take advantage of the sale, but if someone else has other skincare needs, go ahead and go for that too. But focus on selling 3 skincare routines based on people's needs. Okay. All right. So that's all we have for you for our inspiration for this week for your use business. Those of you who are staying with us live, stay tuned for a few time sensitive reminders.